My husband introduced me as his bitch to his friends for years. Last week, he found out I'm not his anything anymore. The first time it happened was 3 months into our marriage. We were at a barbecue at his coworker's house, and I walked over to bring him a drink. He threw his arm around me and said to the group, "This is my bitch. Isn't she pretty?" Everyone laughed. I stood there frozen, not sure if I'd heard him right. On the drive home, I asked him about it. He said it was just guy talk, that I was being way too sensitive, that his friends' wives didn't get upset over little jokes like this. He made me feel like I was the problem for being bothered, so I let it go. But it kept happening. At his friend's birthday party, at the neighborhood block party, at his company's holiday dinner. Every time he introduced me to someone new or called me over to a group, it was the same thing. My bitch this, my bitch that. Sometimes he'd mix it up and say my little bitch or my pretty bitch, like adding an adjective made it better. His friends would laugh or nod along. A few of their wives would give me these looks, half pity and half relief that it wasn't them. I brought it up again after the holiday dinner, told him it was humiliating, that I was his wife and deserved to be introduced as such. He rolled his eyes and said I needed to relax, that it was a term of endearment, that he was showing me off, not putting me down. When I kept pushing, he got annoyed and asked if I wanted him to stop talking about me altogether, like those were the only two options, complete degradation or complete silence. I started avoiding his social events, made excuses about headaches and work deadlines and not feeling well. He didn't seem to care at first, just went without me. But then his friends started asking where I was. Their wives would mention they hadn't seen me in a while. His boss's wife specifically asked if everything was okay at home. That's when he got angry. He said I was making him look bad, that people were starting to think there was something wrong with our marriage. I told him there was something wrong with our marriage. He called me overdramatic. We'd been married 4 years at this point. 4 years of being introduced as his property, his possession, his bitch. I'd stopped going to his work functions entirely, stopped attending parties with his friend group. He'd complain about having to explain my absence, but never once considered that the solution was to just stop degrading me in public. His mother came to visit about a year ago. We were all having dinner when his friend called, and he put it on speaker to show his mom how popular he was or something. His friend asked if his bitch was cooking dinner. He laughed and said, "Yeah, she's earning her keep tonight." He said this in front of his mother, in front of me. His mom looked uncomfortable but didn't say anything. After dinner, I found her in the kitchen and asked if she thought it was normal for a man to talk about his wife that way. She sighed and said her son had always had a crude sense of humor, that I shouldn't take it personally, like it wasn't specifically designed to diminish me. I realized then that no one was going to stand up for me. Not his friends, not his family, not even him. If I wanted it to stop, I had to be the one to stop it. I started putting money aside, not a lot, just what I could manage without him noticing. I reconnected with friends I'd drifted away from during the marriage. Started seeing a therapist who helped me understand that what I'd been accepting as normal was actually a pattern of disrespect that had eroded my sense of self. I spent 8 months getting ready, found an apartment, secured a job with better hours, told my family what had been going on, and my sister offered to help me move when the time came. He noticed nothing. He was too busy with his friends and his jokes and his ego to realize his wife was planning her exit. The night I left, he was out at a poker game. I packed everything that mattered to me, which turned out to be less than I expected. Left my rings on the kitchen counter with a note that said I was done being his bitch. My sister helped me load the car, and I was gone before he got home. He called 11 times that night, left voicemails that cycled through confusion, anger, and bargaining, kept asking what he did wrong, like he genuinely didn't know. His friends reached out over the following weeks. The divorce took 5 months. He fought it at first, kept saying we could work things out, that he'd change. I asked him what specifically he'd change. He couldn't give me a straight answer, just kept saying he'd be better, he'd try harder. Never once acknowledged the actual problem. Never once said he'd stop calling me degrading names. In mediation, he actually tried to argue that I was being unreasonable, that plenty of couples had pet names and inside jokes. The mediator, a woman in her 60s, looked at him and asked if he'd be comfortable being introduced to strangers as his wife's bitch. He went quiet. Full story on channel, link below.